Hey everybody, it's Chad from Colorado Giants, and as you know, if you've been watching the channel, the end of the season is here. But the end of this season means it's the beginning of next season. I got a handful of things in the mail this week that is going to help me prepare for next season. If you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button down in one of these corners so you stay up to date on what we have going on this year moving into 2020. So we'll start this as our official start of 2020 season. So stick around and watch this video. Alright, so it is September 29th. We just had our first weigh off in Colorado yesterday. It went great. We had, I think there was 2 or 3 pumpkins over 1,000 pounds. The winning pumpkin was a Kansas City State record. So it was a really good weigh off. We have another weigh off this coming weekend where I'm going to take Bernie to, and then 2 weigh offs thereafter where I'll take the accident pumpkin and maybe one of the kind of, well, the ugly one and then the other ugly ones in the back of the patch. So yeah, that's coming up. Hopefully you guys, if you have weighed, or if you have grown, make sure you take your pumpkin out and get weighed. It doesn't matter if it's 40 pounds or 100 pounds or whatever. It's all about having fun. And taking your pumpkin out to a weigh-off is the best way to connect with growers in your area who can tell you some of the nuances to grow a bigger pumpkin in your specific area. But enough of that. So 2020, we're starting right now. The first thing that I always recommend you do is go out to your patch and get some dirt, send it off to Western Labs for your soil sample. If you look back, I'm sure I have some videos on how I collect my soil samples, but basically all you need to do is go out in your patch, dig a few spots, do like an X or a zigzag or something, try and get a little bit of dirt from all over your patch. You're going to send that into Western Labs, and then they will send you back basically a recipe. Think of this as we're making a cake. We're making a cake that is custom tailored for giant pumpkins. This is your basic batter. You send this to the lab. They send you back your recipe so you can add things to make your recipe or make your cake better for growing that giant pumpkin. So step 1, send that off. Once I get that back, once I get my basically my recipe back, I'm going to amass all of those ingredients and I'm going to put them down into the patch. But before I do that, before I rototill them in, I am going to use my new BCS tractor attachment, which I'll show you right now. So this is a soil ripper. So I'm pretty excited about this because I've never really ripped up my soil. I do till my soil as best as I can, but I never really get something down in there and drag it up essentially. So this is called the tool holder. This will slide into that PTO attachment on the back of my BCS if you're familiar, or if you have a tractor, a PTO with a PTO of some sort. This is the output adapter, or this slides into that output adapter. From that, you know, we have the attachment, which I haven't set this up yet, so like any kid with a new toy, let's go ahead and play with it. So you take out your pin, you pull that up. I have to imagine this can slide in. Hopefully the background noise isn't too bad. I'm watching The Fifth Element, one of my favorite movies. If you like The Fifth Element, then you are a decent and good human being. First time. Should sand this out a little bit. It's got that paint on there. So there we go. Alright, so put the pin back on. And of course, when I actually put this on my tractor, I'll have to take it all apart. And then from that point, this hook will slide into that output. So this is going to be like a giant, you know, what do they call it? Like on a tractor, they call it a stinger, or you know, just a soil subsoiler. So this is going to hang off the back of the tractor and just dig up. This is about 12 inches or so. Let's see, how deep can I get with that? get a tape measure. We'll answer that question. So this is about 15 inches. So I'll be able to get at least 15 inches down into my soil, which, you know, again, if you've watched other videos, is probably all about all I have. So hopefully I'll be able to rip up some of that clay in my clay hard pan, which will bring it up, and then I'll be able to mix that in when I come back through and I rototill it. This is pretty neat. This is adjustable, so the adjustment into the tractor is finite. You can't really do anything, but with this little knob or this T-handle right here, I'm able to adjust the angle of this subsoiler, so I can either get like a shallower kind of go straight, or really ramp it down to get a more aggressive cut out of there. I'll probably just, you know, try it a few times and go back and forth, and we'll see what we have. The other important implement that goes along with these is wheel weights. Because this is dragging through, or this part is getting drugged through the pumpkin patch, it's gonna take a lot of power to make that happen. The tractor is relatively light in the grand scheme of things, so these are wheel weight hangers. I will have to bolt these to the wheels of the BCS tiller. I'll back off the lug nuts for the wheels, and then put this on, and then put these back on, and then I'll hang barbells on the ends of the wheels, so it'll be 200 more pounds worth of weight. Because if the tractor is getting traction, then this will be able to pull through the hard dirt. Yeah, so that's that process. And then once that's done, we're going to till it up. Once it's tilled, then we're going to move the camera and finish that thought. Okay, so once the soil has been subsoiled, till it all up. While I'm tilling, again, I'm adding all the things my recipe is going to recommend. Then we're going to add the cover crop. I have 10 pounds of cover crop here. This will be my first year of doing a cover crop. I've wanted to in the past. I've never had time to do it. I'm always late. That's why, you know, I'm starting this year. I'm starting 2020 before 2019 is even done. I haven't even weighed a pumpkin yet. So this is a mix of vetch, peas, and oats with, you know, it says 0.0% of weeds. So that's good, because we don't need no more weeds. The RMGVG Club was able to acquire this for all of our members for about $1 a pound. That is a steal. That's like 50% off. So if you're in the Denver area and you want some cover crop, let us know. We can make that happen. Yeah, so we will put this down, and what that does is it starts getting nitrogen into your soil. Nitrogen puts organic matter in there, and it keeps your soil kind of active and living and alive during that winter season where, you know, if it's just kind of like dead, nothing good is happening. You want to keep some life in that soil all winter long. So that is the purpose of this cover crop. So this will set you back $10. I think that there's a lot of value in this. Of course, we will be able to know the truthfulness of that statement this time next year in 2020, but for $10 it doesn't hurt. Speaking of finances, so this subsoiler, I got this from Earth Tools. Earth Tools has a YouTube channel if you're into BCS tractors, or if you have one, or if you want one. Earth Tools is basically one of the best places to buy all the accessories. I ended up buying the tractor locally because they gave me a better deal. If you go in and you kind of horse trade and barter with them, negotiate down, they were able to beat the Earth Tools pricing, especially as it would have had to get shipped in from Kentucky. Yep. But this company has all of the accessories. Once you have this tool holder, there's a myriad of things that you just slide onto that tool holder. You know, like a potato harvester, a garden bed shaper, this, that, and the other thing. You can buy a ton of accessories for them. That's part of the fun aspect of it. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Maxwell. So the wife and Maxwell just came in. They're witnessing the higher production value. Come on in. We'll have Maxwell do a cameo. So that was only like $300. So again, I think that's a good deal. It's a much better deal than renting a tractor or you know, buying a tractor. You know, get something that you can add on to and accessorize. So again, Maxwell is almost 1 year old. He is, what are we, 29, 30, 31? So he's 5 days away from being one giant pumpkin old. It's hard to believe that this little guy was born almost a year ago exactly. And then the last thing that I want to show you is, wow, a lifting tarp. So if we put Maxwell in this here tarp, Emily and I can grab all the slots and lift him up rather than, you know, just struggle to do it manually, or put like a tarp down on the ground and roll the bushel gourd, or if you have a watermelon or a pumpkin, whatever. These are made specifically for lifting things, and it makes it just easy. And quickly, just to tack on to the end of the video, our Tuesday update, and the answer to what's going on is that the fall has finally arrived. It is Tuesday, October the 1st, and fall has finally arrived. It's like 5 o'clock, and as you can see, it's kind of gloomy and just kind of generally gross outside. I did have it on my agenda to clear away all of the leaves and the vines so that I could load my pumpkin on Thursday, but that did not happen because it's just so grody. Let me see what's going on here. I'm not sure if gourds are supposed to turn yellow, but that one is, so I don't know what that means. I think I know what that means. It means I need to take it to get weighed on this Friday at Nick's Garden Center. But that's all I really want to kind of show you guys. I'm out here. I've got some bags of perlite over yonder I need to put in the shed, but I wanted to show you, since I was headed this direction, all the leaves are kind of definitely flopping over. We've had some crazy wind the last few days. October is typically one of the windiest months. There's like definitely a mouse tunnel underneath that one. You can see the 1211. Now that all these leaves are blown over, it's got like a speed bump underneath there. But yeah, all these leaves got blown over in the wind, so it makes it easier to walk around and show you guys some of these pumpkins. But I'm definitely going to be cleaning up hopefully soon. I have some family in town. It's Maxwell's birthday, so I just haven't had a whole lot of free time, but I'll find some before Friday, because that is our way off, where I'm going to be taking Bernie, the 1911 times 1984, and then I got those other ones. I'll probably take the gourd. I'll take a long gourd, and that's it, guys. I'm cold. It's misting. The long gourds, oh yeah, I should show you the long gourds. The long gourds, with a few moments I have left, are really going bananas this week. If I had those, if I had planted those maybe 3 weeks sooner, we would have a whole mess of long gourds. So that's on the agenda for next year. Plant the gourds a few weeks earlier so we get lots more. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found that soil information earlier in the video helpful. I got that sent out. We'll have the results next week, hopefully. So that's it for this update. If anybody has any questions, please comment below. Don't forget to send your bubbles for your seed requests for this year. Look back a few videos to find out how to do that. We've been getting bubbles almost every single day. A seed pack that we got today had a really awesome gift in it. You know who you are. Thank you. That was funny and awesome at the same time. We got a good chuckle out of it, and we appreciate it. So thanks everybody for watching. Tune in next time. Like the video, share, subscribe. We're inching closer to 500 subscribers, where we get a shirt kind of like this one but with sleeves. So we'll see you next time.